Hold on.
Julian, we're gonna have to move. Give me your hand.
Jonas, we've got nothing left.
Almost nothing.
How are you gonna kill it?
Evolution. I'm gonna make this thing bleed. See, and what you said before, you were right. It's not about the people you lose. It's about the people you save.
Hello, and welcome to Too Old for This Shite. This week's show we're going to be discussing if the Meg franchise is the franchise, the Jaws franchise, that modern day audiences deserve and not the one that they need.
I don't know if that's...
What was it that Harvey Dent said? Other than, my face.
Ouch, it burns.
Yeah,
so they're the hero that they deserve, or they... I don't know. It never made sense to me whether you need it or deserve it. It's like that Rolling Stone song, isn't it? You can't always get what you want.
No, that's...
Is that
maybe.
Stones?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
But yeah, we're trying to just come up with a tag for why we looked at the Meg 1 and 2. Because under a normal circumstance, we'd be like, nah. I think for anyone that was listening last week, as you know, I was saying before, I brought someone to see it who hadn't been to the cinema in a very long time. And that was their first time at the cinema in like maybe 20 years. And they didn't go after it.
Yeah, you just ruined them for another 20 years.
But I have to say, looking at the Meg again, not in the cinema and not with pressure on it, I actually really enjoyed the first one.
Well, you see, it falls kind of into my wheelhouse of films I enjoy because I have very oddly specific taste in films, as you know.
Yeah.
I like sort of Arctic sort of things like The Thing. I like seafaring and underwater things like that. Like Ghost Ship or whatever.
The Ghost Ship is actually fair. We saw that when that came out, and I was just, oh my god, this is fucking horrific bullshit.
Yeah,
I think it was
it's
when
brilliant.
It was like it was Blumhouse. I think it was when they started doing horror movies, and they were kind of doing remakes of all these old 50s and 60s horrors.
House and Haunted House.
And fucking 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. And but it's
but
good,
the Meg kind of falls into that kind of thing of like it's out at sea, it's a bit nuts. Jason Statham is fucking being all action hero-y and one-line quippers and all the rest, so it's perfect.
I said to you before we looked at it, it's a bit fucking weird with the things because I think there was I'm not sure the story, but there was like, I think, investment from Chinese, so it was aimed at a Chinese market. So there's probably, and like, I mean, the thing is, I have to say, I do think most cinema culturally is like very similar. Like there'd be small different bits and pieces, but I think that there was like that relationship between him and the child throughout it, where it was like that sweet kind of nearly like 80s action movies.
Yeah, or you have the young teenage kind of sidekick almost, like short round to Indiana Jones kind of a thing. You know, the scrappy little kid.
Yeah, nearly a little bit like that. But yeah, you know, and there was that thing where she kept doing the thing with her eyebrows and he was like just smiling, where it was just these weird moments where someone just gets savaged and ripped apart, and then he'd be like blah, 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 and she'd be like, oh Jason, or whatever, you know. And it was just a little bit,
I suppose, distraction for a Western audience, because I think people are primed, especially nowadays, to see like nefarious things forever, nefarious things aren't, and this was just a wholesome kind of thing. Like, here is this kid that you cared about.
That's exactly but as well, even other than those things, it seemed, I can't remember much blood in it. So like, I mean, you have there is probably hundreds of people get killed in the Meg.
But an awful lot of it is just getting chomped.
Yeah.
So they're just getting swallowed whole by the Meg. It's like, nom.
Yeah.
Even
there's blood from the sharks when the sharks get attacked.
Yeah, but there's very little human stuff. Now, some of the deaths are horrific. Like in the Meg 2, there's one where somebody's helmet basically fucking implodes, I should say.
There's no blood.
But that's what I'm saying. There's no blood, and there's like, it's their whole head basically gets imploded off their body. They're obviously dead, but you don't see any like bloody stump of a neck. There's no blood floating around or anything like that.
But we'll get to the Meg 2, because the Meg 2 is a whole other fucking thing. But the Meg 1, thought it was actually okay. Surprisingly okay. You thought it was okay as well.
Yes, I very much enjoyed it.
Yeah, Jason Statham is Jason Statham in it.
Yeah.
It makes zero fucking sense.
Yeah.
But there's quite a good few bigger actors in it than you would expect in a film of that sort.
Yeah.
But then when you look, Rainn Wilson for one, I was surprised he was in it again.
Yeah. Anytime he pops in a film, you're always surprised. You're like, Dwight, what are you doing in this?
Yeah, Ruby Rose, whose career has since imploded.
Yes, much like the helmet.
Hero. Jessica McNamee, she's with Sonya Blade in the new Mortal Kombat. And I think she was in like Home and Away as well.
Oh, right.
So that's why when I saw her, I was like,
Where do I know her
from?
You're a Home and Away fan then?
No, it was like, I know, because there's the new Mortal Kombat film that's coming out, so I would have been
yes.
just looking at trailers for it.
Indeed.
And I was just fucking weird. And I had in my head Mortal Kombat, and I was like, no, it can't be more. Why would I remember more? The cast of Mortal Kombat. And obviously, if I've only looked at the trailer like during the week or whatever. But Rainn Wilson is funny in it.
Yeah, that's the thing. He has this thing where he always plays an absolute fucking dick, but he's somehow likable while he does it as well.
I think it's because he's probably just a likable guy.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, but he has that kind of attitude where he's this millionaire who's funding it basically.
Yeah.
Billionaire, I should say, and he's all about the money. He doesn't really care about people or about the animals.
Well, he does kind of care. He's like, I suppose in a way, yeah. He goes off trying to kill the shark at the end because he doesn't want to be exposed to liabilities and stuff.
Yeah, I know everyone thinks, he's a good guy. He's trying to make things right and save humanity. And he's like, Jesus, I just don't want all the lawsuits.
But this is the weird thing with the Meg film. Like, I mean, with he's not portrayed as like the villain.
An evil, yeah.
It's not like, say, Burke in Aliens or anything like that. Not that Burke was a millionaire, but not this kind of like evil corporation.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, you kind of have one person who's trying, but the guy who is the billionaire, which is like the lead woman's brother.
Yeah.
From the first one, he's very
goody two shoes.
and he has like humanity's best interest, and he's a hero. So it's like, why are they portraying billionaires as?
Yes, exactly.
This is very unusual for
light. Exactly. Yeah.
Because even in Jurassic Park, even though your man is doing Jurassic Park for whatever fucking reason, I don't know, he's still. There's still a bit of.
It's still all about, I suppose, nature and life and creation and it's about that, as well as let's build a big theme park with dinosaurs that people like spend money to see.
What I didn't realise, so I know we're jumping all over the place with this, but this isn't really, I didn't even take notes for this because I was like, I'm not going to be taking notes for the fucking Meg.
This doesn't make much sense.
But
just sit back and enjoy it.
Yeah, but what was I fucking saying?
You're giving out about millionaires.
But yes, I can't remember. What I didn't realise was that it was based on a book.
Oh.
The book apparently is slightly different. It's not too different, but like there's apparently dinosaurs in the book as well. It gives a reason why the sharks are in like the thermo fucking the layer.
This super cool layer.
It's because they went there during the Ice Age to get away from the cold.
Alright, fair enough, yeah.
And as well, apparently they were translucent in the books because
cool.
they've been at the bottom of it, but they couldn't do. I think they tried to do this for the movie.
I could imagine the nightmare of CGI that would be, trying to keep all like your organs, especially your blood vessels and stuff.
The Meg is in it a lot in this. The Meg 2, there's 3 sharks in it, a giant fucking octopus, and little dinosaurs that are kind of like fishy raptors, really, I suppose. And they're hardly in it. It's. And like, I mean, the human kind of fucking element that they're after replacing it with is like just all over the place. So I suppose Meg 2, inferior sequel to the Meg 1, which even though it's alright, is not really a good film, in its own right. So you're kind of talking about sliding layers of shite, like,
That's it. Not going to be winning Oscars, not going to be setting the world on fire. Film students are probably not going to be studied in the future, except as a nod to, oh my gosh, this kind of schlock horror kind of cinema.
Yeah, as well, I don't know, I think it might have been one of the first films where it was that crossover between, like, say, China and Hollywood kind of production. I don't know, I'm probably wrong on it. There's probably been other ones, but it does seem to be a bigger one. And, like, I mean, that's been going on. That was happening a lot after the Meg, where Hollywood would have a version of a film and then they'd take out certain parts of it to appease a Chinese audience or an Asian audience, because all of a sudden they were seeing, oh my god, we have a massive audience in China, and it's like, holy shit, it's probably one of the biggest countries in the fucking world. Like, you know,
population-wise, Jesus.
So I think there wasn't a controversy with some films where I say that there might be like something about a lead character and it being gay or and they take those aspects out, but I can't remember what. There was one film where that was like, it was a big thing that then people were like fucking up in arms over. It's like, why would they do it? So there was like that afterwards, and there's been a couple of films that have been coming out that seem to be like aimed there, which I think it's a bit weird. All right, there's going to be certain kind of cultural differences, or say kind of like different I don't know, the morality, I don't know if that's the right term for it, but like people have different beliefs, I suppose, and things. So say like that where like homosexuality, well, that's
you
the thing.
seem to be focusing a lot on the homosexual.
Yeah, well, it's just the thing. I don't know because I don't know that much about China. Being fucking honest,
yes,
I haven't been there.
Yeah, so there's no point casting
So
aspersions.
it's like this whole thing. But the way it's sold to us in the West is that Chinese audiences would be
very
less tolerant,
reserved, and very conservative, I suppose, is probably the best word.
Of that. Now, could be completely and utterly wrong on that. I have a funny feeling probably are, but that's like from a Hollywood perspective. Yeah. Whereas I would quite imagine that's just like, I mean, Ireland was a fucking, well, it still is a Catholic country, really. They say it's not, but it fucking is still a heavily influenced Catholic country. But it's I would have, this is stupid, weird story throwing it, but I went to art college in the late 90s. And when I was there, and I'd be like university, like it's the American version of fucking college. Yeah. And there was an older man there in his late 50s who was gay. Now at this time in Ireland, it was just kind of starting to be kind of like okay for gay people to come out and
be open about things, not have to hide, you know, a huge part of their life away, or their identity.
Now I was talking to him about, and he was saying that basically he was always openly gay. He said he very rarely got any issues from anyone about it. He was like a well-known person in the town. He was living with what he called his common law husband. Wasn't what he called, but like it was common law because like obviously at that stage marriage wasn't legal. And he was just like, people just get on with it. Like, people don't really care. Like, but
that's the thing, I think.
But if you were to kind of like before talking to him, if you had, I would have thought, Jesus, like people were hiding and they were like scared to. And he was like, it's just people weren't as open about it. Like, but the whole thing, it was known that like it was known that these two people, and then you kind of start, because you would have known people as well, older people, where you kind of go, why are those two women living in the house here? Why are those two men living in the house here? Oh, they must be good friends. And well, when you're a kid, you didn't know, when it wasn't. People weren't open about it, like in Ireland, because there was I suppose a very real fear that they like it was illegal.
Well, I think the thing is as well, people individually are generally fairly okay with other people. It's just like, whatever makes you happy, this grand is not impacting on me, fair play to you, off you go and live your life. But I think it was sort of like, I suppose the system at the time, the Catholic Church still had a huge stranglehold on everything, including laws that were being passed in schools and everything. So like, you had the shame coming from the Catholic Church. Well, that was the thing where they were saying it all. It's like, oh, you'll burn in hell, and that's it. Don't be putting your willy in other men. God almighty. Jesus doesn't want that. Him and his 12 fellas that he just spent exclusive amount of together. But I mean, it was the same for like, say, unmarried mothers or teenage
mothers. I think unmarried mothers probably got it worse.
Yeah, that's it. Because it was like, oh, fucking, this is terrible.
That's the thing. Like the women always get it worse.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, absolutely.
But all that I'm saying is that it could be just. I would imagine over in China it's the same as anywhere else in the world. Most fucking people. Yeah,
most people are probably accepting. There's probably just some archaic laws or something in place.
And it's probably just like a Western fucking kind of Hollywood. Because like, Jesus Christ, Hollywood for years been like, my God, people aren't ready for this. And they're like, fuck it, kill Optimus Prime. Like, no! Well, you know, like, I mean, this is a thing, another fucking topic for conversation at some stage, as well as how in the 80s they didn't really sugarcoat fucking shit. You would not get a Transformers movie now where it starts off by killing the two main characters in fucking horrible ways. Like, Optimus Prime gets shot in the fucking chest. Megatron just fucking keeps beating him when he's down after that. And then he just like dies on an operating table.
Jesus.
Turns grey and disintegrates.
Oh my
See,
God.
this I don't think you've
didn't.
ever actually seen it. Then we have to look at it. And then with Megatron, he's in bits on the ship, and they're like, look, we need to lose a bit of weight. Fuck yeah. And Starscream just throws him out to die in the
Okay, nice.
And there's loads of, even the very, very start of it. It shows I have a whole fucking, but it's this planet with all these robot kids playing, and everyone's happy, and it seems like, oh, this is like a peaceful world. Unicron comes along, kills everyone,
Nice.
like literally eats, and you're just like,
wow.
what the fuck am I watching? like you're going in kind of, oh, this is going to be like
a lovely cartoon for children. Yeah, and it's like traumatized. It's like
it's like the Last Unicorn, fucking like Watership Down, Bambi. Like,
the never-ending story.
Yeah, but you don't really have that now anymore, and I think that's because there's probably a lot of Hollywood people going, fucking kids won't be able to handle this, or probably more importantly, the parents won't be able to handle this. And we'll lose money and stuff. Where it's like, you fucking nuts. If you're doing some shit like that, people are going to be coming out of it, because this is probably, like Transformers movie didn't do well at all, but people were coming out of going, they fucking killed Optimus Prime.
My God,
they fucking killed him.
They killed Kenny.
And they didn't bring him back for a long time. I don't think they had any intention of bringing him back, but I think so many people were like, you fucking
my favourite toy. You killed him.
Yeah, and obviously that's why they were doing it, because they were like, here, get a new toy, kid. Fuck it. Like, he's dead. Move on. It's just like, what? But like, I mean, that's why I think
that's a very big sidestep away from
the
Meg to Megatron.
But you know, I think that there possibly could be that where it's maybe misunderstanding like a foreign audience like with it. But that was quite a split away. But the Meg 2, worse, that's what we're saying. By a long shot. Like, the whole thing where they really fall down with the Meg 2, I think, is that there's too many treads in it. It's nearly like Spider-Man 3 to a certain point.
Multiverse. It's nearly happening.
But like, there is this whole thing where there's like, they're being sabotaged. There's this evil guy, maybe from a drug cartel, that's involved with it.
It opens up as well with fucking dumping nuclear waste into the sea, and that's what Jason Statham is doing.
Yeah, that's what he's doing now. Your woman that
not dumping the.
He's saving you. He's an eco war. He's not getting paid for it. He's looking after the little girl because her mother is dead, who he was married to. Then there's the uncle in it. They're doing research with with Megs that they have in captivity at the start, which they never really get back to until the very end. You have like, I still don't know what the woman's connection was to the whole thing. That was like the bad woman that had like that had people mining in the trench. And then there's the whole thing, they get stuck in the trench and they're going and there's
Fun Island.
Then there's three Megs.
Yeah. And
like we were saying, the squid, the fucking dinosaurs. The start of it is cool. It's bad CGI, but it shows a thing where it's like it's probably nearly a trope with certain things where it's like, one small dinosaur or one small animal attacks another one, and then he gets eaten by a bigger one, and that goes on. And then goes to a T-Rex attacking the dinosaurs that are going to be in later on, are like the raptors, and then a Meg jumps out on the fucking beach
and eats a fucking T-Rex just to show the size of what
and it's in about like 2 foot of water. But yet this Meg that's like 50 foot long and
probably even more than 50 foot
10 foot high is just like hanging around 2 foot of water. But yeah, I can say a lot. Apologies. I'm just doing that to be as if it's nearly like a visual thing where I'm breaking up the shot.
Yes. You're just it's every time you say and cuts to another.
Maybe when I'm going to say I'm going to do it really slow, like a George Takei. Zulu.
Yes. But like, I mean, the whole thing itself, like, I mean, obviously there's things I keep throughout the whole film. I was like, but why are they? And they're like, because it's a film and because it's meant to be mad and all the rest. Like, I mean, they have their sort of their underwater base, and it's basically made entirely out of fucking glass. And it's like, why would you do that? It's just, I was like, well, so you can see what's going on. I suppose,
the biggest thing where you kind of go, I don't know much about deep sea stuff, but I'm fairly sure that's not true.
Yes.
Where they're in that underwater base after walking there.
Yes.
After their submarine gets trapped under rocks.
Yeah, so they just get out in their pressure suits and walk there. And bear in mind as well, as they do that, one of the women does get killed. Remember, we'll hark back to her
face, and she just got
implodes.
It's
it's like a fucking fly just getting squashed and disintegrated. So bear in mind, this just happened. And Wayne, take over. And tell us what
then
next.
they're trapped in the thing, and it's quite obvious that they wrote themselves into a corner because it was Jason Statham is in there, and it's like, oh shit, we have to go outside to open
the hatch,
the hatch. And it's like, how can we do it? We don't. And they're like, oh well, fish are okay down here. So all he has to do is blow the water out of his sinuses, and he won't implode.
Yeah, it's to do with the oxygen in his nose. If he blows all of that out, it'll be fine.
So he swims out, and he's fine.
Well, he has a little bit of a nosebleed because of the pressure. That's all. But that's literally all it is. Whereas naturally, the fish that are down there, they're built for that level of pressure.
I'm fairly sure that a human cannot take 25,000
whatever the fuck it is
feet of water.
Because you take those fish up out of the pressurized fucking environment they're living in, and they turn into jelly little blobs because they're just used to it, But anyway, as I said, it's just all this mad little stuff. And sure, then as well, he's fucking going off hunting with harpoons that have explosives on the end.
Yeah, he easily kills the tree. The Megs, it's like that.
He just throws a harpoon. It's like poof, and it's like he's so close beside him on his jet ski. He should be fucking exploded himself, but somehow he's not.
It's that barely an inconvenience thing, isn't it? Well, it just and the island thing with the dinosaurs that are on, and then there's a bunch of army guys, mercenaries that are. It just doesn't fucking fit right. And I think if they did just focus on one aspect of the story, maybe with the sharks, since it's a shark movie, it could have been really good, because parts of the first one that were good was when the Meg was attacking, and as well when it got to that island and started killing people. That
actually, the island itself was the fun island. That was more of a nightmare for me because there were so many people in the water all together.
But that aspect where you look at it and that tension where it's you can't escape this, and it's Cheerios fucking floating.
In a bowl. The shark just comes up and nom 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 nom.
Yeah, and it's just visually cool, but it does give that aspect of, look, you cannot. And the whole thing about how powerful that shark is, where it's it's not killing one person at a time, it's killing dozens at a fucking time.
Exactly. But they always, these kind of films, I know they always have to have the little bit of quirky comedy relief as well, and they seem to have a through run with this little tiny yappy dog. And the first one, you think he's going to get eaten. Do you remember your one? Oh, my wedding is ruined, or whatever the fuck it was. She's
and I think she owns Fun Island in the second one.
That's it. Yeah, but so the dog escapes in the first one, obviously, and then the second one, you think he's going to get eaten again because he's yap 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 yap, and after falling into the ocean, but somehow the dog survives. Yeah, and everyone's like, oh,
but dog. You do kind of go. Was there a callback were there fans of the dog?
Yeah, I know.
Not that there's anything wrong with the dog. It's not maybe the dog will show up on Epstein's list at some stage if it gets released. But
a big Hollywood player or something.
Yeah,
but you see, I think some of these films, they have to do stuff like that. It's I don't know, in kids' films where they're like, oh, remember that thing that was funny about the last time? We're doing it again, and everyone goes, oh, yay.
Well, let's look at the Minecraft film, because I don't know what this chicken... Was it? I don't know, chicken lunchbox? Chicken...
I don't know.
There's some kind of thing in it, that was the catchphrase of the summer.
All right. You see, you're trying to be cool and hip and down with the kids, are you now?
No, it's just people were saying, and it's apparently it relates to Minecraft, and I played Minecraft, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on.
So I suppose it's just about this whole thing. You have to have either a visual catchphrase or an actual catchphrase. So the visual, oh, look at the dog, he's fine.
But I kind of think Jason Statham was that as well.
Yes, absolutely. But he's just basically, he's walking one-liners, that's all it is, and he's just sort of his usual tough man kind of strutting around, and I'll get the job done, I'll punch that Meg right in the nose, and I'll fucking show us who's boss.
But he kills the big Meg at the end by holding up a helicopter blade, and spearing them, and then just tossing this 50-foot shark into the water. Yeah. It's it probably weighs 100 tons. Least, and he's just like,
yeah, I'll just balance
stupid
this.
Fish.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true actually as well. Well, bad enough that he picked up the helicopter blade after the helicopter disintegrated basically and killed everyone in it. He was using that.
No one died on it.
No, did they not?
No, that was
your
like
man
his
came
friend
out,
Mac was in it. Yeah.
But he was using the blade to slap the water to get the attention of the Meg, and it's like, wow, a helicopter blade. This seems to be very pliable and movable by one human body, and then, as I said, he just propped it up and
maybe they're really light. Maybe
they might be, but I don't know. But you'd imagine they're still unwieldy at the very least, like, and he was able to use it like
the weight distribution, I would imagine, kind of with something that's like around 20 foot long down towards the end would be rather difficult to.
And that's what I mean. To
maneuver
he's actually
around,
able to kind of use this, and then, as you said, he just like the Meg was coming for him and went up onto the land to basically chomp him. And instead he just, as I said, held the blade up and the thing chomped down and just like slid down. Basically, the helicopter blade went straight through the top
I think
of his
if they
head.
played it like nearly a Naked Gun type of thing, where it was. Oh, by the way, for anyone that's been following the podcast, we did an episode on the Naked Gun, whether it'll be any good, ages ago.
Yeah.
We saw it.
It's
awful.
Yes.
Like I
very
honestly,
sad to say.
I don't understand why people are saying it's good at all.
Yeah,
Like
there was barely like, I mean, I didn't even, as the old saying goes, I didn't even exhale through my nose slightly louder than normal.
There was just.
Yeah, it's
just,
always fun seeing Liam Neeson fucking ham it up, and like you don't expect to see Liam Neeson in a schoolgirl's outfit or anything like that. But
even he's a bit forced in it. I think that was the thing that made Leslie. Well, we won't get into it too much, but what it made like the original Naked Gun and Police Squad good was Leslie Nielsen just played it straight.
Yeah, 100% straight.
And it was nearly as if he had Alzheimer's or something, and it was that he was like he wasn't aware of what was going on, whereas Liam Neeson kind of.
It was a bit, there was a bit too much knowing in it, I suppose. Yeah.
And back to the Meg too.
Yes.
10 out of 10.
But it is like, as I said, it's one of these films where it's good for a Friday night, having a few beers or something like that and having a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay too much attention to it because the plot doesn't matter. It's just like, oh, how are they going to like get killed now, or how are they going to kill the shark now?
What I found the most bizarre thing about the Meg 2 was that it was shot by Ben Wheatley. For people who aren't, he would have done Sightseer. I don't know why I picked Sightseers first.
Yes.
But A Field in England, Kill List. Was it A Place in the Earth? I can't remember the last film that he did, but he would be known for, I suppose, nearly English folk horror.
Yeah, and very tasteful, intellectual kind of.
Yeah,
stuff.
he would be. I think he'd be known as kind of like, I suppose, maybe nearly an art house director or something like.
Yes, that's what I was
not
saying.
that he's an underground or not well known. Like, he's very well known, especially over in like this side of the world. Like,
But he's not the type you'd expect to see directing these sort of huge
very surprised.
flashbang kind of
But
films.
now it's your man Gareth Evans ended up directing the fucking Godzilla movies, and Gareth Evans would have done it would have been low key horror movies as well, and I think he did Monsters. Did you remember? It was like
the sea thing, was it?
Yeah, I think it's Gareth Evans. I could be fucking getting it wrong, but you know that there has been. So maybe they were like, oh, maybe if we get him in. Now I will say it's shot really, really well.
Yeah.
There's some lovely shots in it. It's fucking, you can't fault it. It's just it's
a bit of a mental
story. It's a bit of a mess. I think it was a half an hour shorter and more folks, it'd be more fun. Like I could never look at the Meg 2 again. The Meg 1 maybe, but the Meg 2 there was just too much.
I think maybe they're just trying to throw everything at it, kitchen sink included, and see what's stuck.
Yeah, the last 20 minutes are good when everything goes fucking mad, but it's like you're waiting nearly fucking 2 hours for it to get to that point. But with him doing it was very, very odd.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it could be a thing because it didn't do well. It might stifle his like jump into Hollywood or whatever. I probably not, because like he's a well established director at this fucking point. But yeah, that was surprising. That really surprised me, where it's just like, what?
Yeah, I know. Bit weird. But I'd forgotten actually. I only read it there a short while ago. Sure, Jason Statham would have been right at home with doing all the stunts and all the rest in it, because sure, he was an Olympic swimmer, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a swimmer. Yeah, I think the Commonwealth Games. I think.
Yeah.
So I think he might have tried out for the Olympic swimming. Don't ask me, but like he was. I think he's a black belt in Taekwondo or something anyway. Like, you know, so
he's
he was
a very
sporty.
well capable action hero.
Yeah. And I can't remember. Like, I mean, the first thing I remember seeing him in was Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. And he was very good in that. You know, I think there was something about where you kind of just went, yeah, this guy is...
Crank.
Oh, Crank, yeah, but like, I mean, he was in a bunch of stuff before Crank.
Oh no, I know, but I mean, Crank is always a standout for me. Like with Jason Statham. What was the other one? The Transporter, was that him?
Yeah,
There's
he
like
did the
3 or 4.
Transporter
They were actually,
films,
they were kind of shit, but they were good at the same point. They were actually very enjoyable.
But he got a niche.
They were kind of like a less popular Jason Bourne, I should say, series.
Well, as well as Jean-Luc Besson did the Transporter things, and
so
like
it
whatever
looked lovely,
about, then he can do good action movies, but I think Jason Statham, he kind of found that lane and he stayed in it.
Yeah.
And he's very good in it. That it is like, it's a Jason. He's probably one of the few action heroes that are kind of like that are left out. Like, not that he was around the 90s, but like 80s style action hero where it's like, it's a Jason Statham movie. Very much. I can't think of any other kind of like, say, newer star where it's pretty much like that. You still have Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone.
The old, I suppose, 80s stars,
There's a guy, I've seen him coming up in a few kind of like trailers for karate movies and stuff. I don't know his name, but I think he might have been in the remake of Bloodsport or something like that, and he looks quite good, and he seems to be a name in that, but it'd be a name probably like, say, the likes of Michael Dudikoff was in the 80s on straight to video thing, where he's not. But like Jason Statham, I think is probably, I can't think of anyone else comparable to.
No, he's very much a household name as well. You know, it kind of crosses all sort of you know, his films are a bit niche, but he's not niche, if you know what I mean. He's a well-known.
Well, The Rock as well, I suppose. The Rock, forgetting about The Rock.
Yeah,
like.
he'd have that kind of. But again, it's like, if you say a Rock film, you know what kind of film it's going to be.
Going to be shit. Yeah.
Well, no, but you know what I mean. But it is a Jason Statham film. You know it's going to be fucking bananas frenetic. Like, it's going to have mental energy. I think they kind of tried to do it with, near the end, it was, what's his fucking face? Riddick. Oh, yeah. Why can't I think of his name?
Yeah, it'll come to
Triple X.
Yeah,
fucking.
Like, I think they were doing that with him, and it was like nearly too calculated, and it was like, the films you're making are too bad. Vin Diesel.
There you go.
And as well, like, now that like there's a lot of stuff after coming out about him, like there's a lot of videos of him, and he seems to be like just a creep.
Yeah.
And it's
allegedly a creep. Yes.
No, there's
I know he's very smarmy to interviewers and stuff like that. Yeah, or it's not. But what's he doing lately? He's not doing anything.
He's still. I think he's doing another Riddick film. Yeah, he keeps doing these films, but they're always like
flying under the radar. I suppose. Yeah.
Whereas Jason Statham films, like, he's consistently making films that they're just consistent with like, you know,
consistent, yes, but they're consistently entertaining as well. You know if you're going into the Jason Statham film, you know there's going to be a few funny quips. You know he's going to be the sort of the how do you describe it? I suppose he's the like hard guy that sort of, he's just like, he's rolling his eyes and rolling up his sleeves. The Bruce
Willis he's our generation's Bruce Willis,
I suppose.
And I think he's a very underrated actor, and like there is that whole thing with him. He is very likable. Like, I think it's impossible to look at a Jason Statham film and go, that fucking prick.
Yeah, true.
That fucking horrible bastard. You know?
Look at him with his bald head and his funny lines and his abilities to do stunts.
Yeah. And like, even in the Expendables, like the first Expendables was all these people that were meant to be the next generation of action stars. And I think he's the one that stood out in it. And Dolph Lundgren, who, you know, it was all the old action stars that stood out, but they had like Ronda Rousey in it, fucking, I think Megan Fox was in one of them, and it's like, when they were like, had her as an action hero, I was like, fucking what? Yeah. I think Scarlett Johansson would be another modern day action hero, because she's in a lot of the, and like the Marvel movies as well, she's been a bit, but before that she kind of went into, and Mila Jovovich, I think, is very underrated. So I think there's probably actually more women action kind of like stars that sell, or leading stars that are in things. But yeah, Mila Jovovich, like her whole fucking, and Mila Jovovich, like we've talked about this before, when she started out, she was like getting nominated for fucking things. She's a very serious actor, and Like, not that she's not now, but she just seemed to
She
decide
leaned
that
into
she
her
was
love
going
of
to.
martial arts and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and she was just like, no, I'm going to do action films and I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to do them with my husband. And I'm
Yeah,
going to spend
exactly.
time
Yeah,
with my family.
and like, I mean, what they did 6 Resident Evil movies, but they did that Monster Hunter movie, and I think they have another movie out at the moment. You know, that they're all kind of part of. They quite obviously enjoy. And I remember seeing a thing about her where, you know, the way there's some Hollywood actresses, they put, oh, I'm a mom. And it's like, you're not really, you're not doing it. But she is, like, she insists on doing I don't think they have, like, housekeepers and stuff like that, where she's just very much kind of going off. But I think that was maybe because she didn't have that when she was, you know, I don't know the woman. But yeah, I think that's weird kind of a thing. That, not weird, but like how it switched from the 80s that there probably
women
are
were
more
always
women.
just like
yeah.
the sidekick if they were in it at all. They were the love interest, whereas now
and
they're
Charlize
sort of,
Theron seems to be
I know,
after
I was
stepping
actually
into
thinking
that.
about her as well with the whole Mad Max thing and all the rest. Or you have these like strong, fierce, almost like kind of Viking type women, you know, where they're just like.
But you go back to,
kicking
I think
ass.
it was Aeon Flux. She was like the. I think we must go back and rewatch that because I only saw it the once and might still be terrible. But
you had Angelina Jolie as well.
Angelina
you know, all
Jolie,
of those. You know,
Angelina Jolie was very surprising because,
Yeah.
like, Angelina Jolie, I think with her first couple of films, she was like, I think she might have even won an Oscar.
Yeah.
And then,
Beckinsale. You know, there's a lot of good, I suppose, strong female leads. Like, you know, because like back in the day, if you're asked to nominate one, it'd be like Ripley from Aliens. Then that would be kind of it.
yeah, and that was like what 2 films really at that stage. 3, well, yeah, Alien 3 was in the 90s, but like there was a lot of on like video. There was like China O'Brien.
Yeah.
And I can't remember anyone else, but there were a few things that they were kind of. Also, I think she was married to Sylvester Stallone at one stage, or she was Bridget Nielsen, yeah. And Grace Jones, like she was the bad guy in one of the James Bond films, wasn't she? So
That's true, alright. Yeah. I wonder what she's up to now.
I think she's still making music or still performing anyway, at least.
That's because that's the thing. Like I would have been a very young kid when I was aware of Grace Jones.
terrifying me,
She was just a very commanding presence, no matter what she did. Like you
I
know?
think it was because she used to wear weird outfits a lot of times, and as well she was quite
looked
obviously
very
drunk
severe.
or coked up whenever. Because in the 80s, a lot of times that you'd only get C-stars was on late night TV
Chat
talk shows,
yeah, where they'd
and it was like.
be after imbibing a few things.
Yeah, and a lot of times it was like that's what used to make it. So like there was this whole thing with Oliver Reed that he was well known for going on to talk shows drunk.
Absolutely screaming drunk off his ass. Yeah.
And it was like, you know, it was kind of funny. And so like you had some other people, and her, she kind of got a reputation for being like difficult and a bit of a lunatic on talk shows. So she was like constantly invited, which I'd imagine was part of the character that she was portraying.
Absolutely, yeah.
For the publicity and stuff. But apparently I think she probably is a bit of a character anyway. But yeah, she was quite scary. I remember being scared of her when I was and it would be because she'd come out like fucking maybe dressed as an ostrich or something and be kind of like aggressive towards the hosts and then the other people that were being interviewed, where you'd be like, oh my god,
she's terrifying. Oh my gosh, she can out you if you do something.
But I said at the start of it are the Meg franchise, the franchise that it's the Jaws of today, and personally I think it kind of is, because I don't think because of the audience, but because of Hollywood's unwillingness to take a risk and how stupid they probably think that the normal audience you know, that they underestimate the audience's intelligence or what passes as a good film with people. Whereas like with the first one, they could have done a lot of character work with that. Because
I mean, I think they tried a bit. Like, I mean, they had the whole family thing going on. Like, you know, sort of the daughter and like her. Well, Jason Statham's love interest. She was a strong scientist in her own right. Her father was there, and her own daughter was there.
But that's all exposition.
You had all of this, you know.
Nearly, and it's you look compared to Jaws, the way that they build the characters in Jaws.
You get to
They get and you kind of go, oh, you know an awful lot about Quint from like. From just coming in and
a few lines.
Eyes black as a dog. You know, a few things where you kind of go, yeah, you don't want to fuck with this guy. He's seen some shit. Whereas you don't get any of that with any of these people. And even like they show like Jason Statham's background, and even though it's like, oh, he saved, like, you know, some people, but he left his friends die. It does. compared to the second one, at least there's that bit of motivation where that's playing on his mind. That's why he's doing
like,
certain
I need
things.
to save these people.
Yeah.
And, you know, at last, people will believe me because it was a Meg the first time and people thought I was a lunatic.
But it's all really basic. And I guarantee you it's because they're like, the audience won't understand if we just have him.
Yeah.
Like,
just showing up.
Yeah, or if it's like, he's got PTSD and he's got, you know, it's, and then in the second one it's even worse because there is no fucking character development. There is no development of any type in it whatsoever. Even like the story doesn't fucking develop. Like, what's the lesson? What's the story of the Meg 2?
I have no idea.
It's like, you can't even say where it's like corporation's bad because it's like, well, the guy is ahead of the hero is ahead of a big corporation who stops this, and it's like, what are they even exploring the fucking trench for in the first place? It's not as if they're like making medicines from this exploration.
Why do they have a Meg in captivity anyway? Like, you know, why would you do that? Just leave them all down.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, it's for science, but it's like, for what with science? You know, but they just seem to treat the audience, and then when they do have, like in the Meg 2, the contradictory things with the pressure and stuff, you go like, people are going to be looking at this and kind of go, but fucking a minute ago his head exploded.
I think they do think that if they throw the line in, they're like, oh, well, you don't see fish wearing metal suits down here. You think the audience will go,
it's a very Joe Rogan fucking thing, isn't it? Like, I've seen that Joe Rogan, the fucking that Tony, what's his name from Kill Tony, I fucking not a fan of it at all, but he's a thing saying, oh, look, if you look at the, like, the deaths are fucking up by 2% in Canada after 2020, and he's like, what happened then? Now the correct answer is there was a pandemic that people died from. What he was saying was it was forced vaccinations, so it was like 2% more people died from vaccinations, and it's like, I can fucking tell you, as someone that was working in the healthcare industry in 2020, before the vaccinations came out, that's when most of the people died. Fucking, like, the death rates leveled out after the fucking vaccinations. You know, with it now.
What?
I don't know. Not going to get into the whole thing.
Yes.
But like, that's what, like, some of the science in this feels like, where it's like that Joe Rogan podcaster thing, where it's like,
oh, we'll just throw something. It sounds plausible. We'll just throw it in.
You don't even have to have it as a design. Just fucking make it stupid.
Yeah.
Just turn around and say, it don't matter. Yeah, and make a joke out of it. It's a dumb action movie. Treat it like a dumb action movie. Don't fucking be treating, this is going to be like 2001.
Explain this and explain this and explain this.
Or fucking Interstellar, where it's like, we have to have like the science perfect. And it's like, there's no perfect science in this fucking thing. You're talking about a giant fucking shark that's been extinct for fucking 50 million years. Yeah.
Suddenly it's living down underneath. Like, and everyone was like, it's the end of the fucking the Mariana Trench. And it's kind of like, would we not have realised that there was like just water at the end of it? It went down deeper. Like, I mean, we do have like sonar and stuff. But anyway, I won't get into that.
But I do think it is like, say, now, the Jaws franchise was fucking not great, but the Jaws franchise was a bunch of diminishing returns as well. Jaws 2 is not great. Jaws 3 is probably just, it's terrible. And Jaws 4 is just bizarrely bad. It just makes no sense
Jaws,
whatsoever.
the first one made such a huge impact it was like, it was the terror of you could just be at a beach having a fun day and this, like, I mean, because there's hundreds, thousands, I suppose, of people who are fucking, they never went into a fucking sea again, like, after seeing Jaws because it traumatized so much.
Even like,
the Meg, they have to go looking for it, you know, they only have the sort of...
it is, it's kind of like, you know, how many people are going to be around the Mariana Trench at the very fucking bottom of it, like,
I suppose the only concern then is if there might be people out there doing things like that we don't know about, and they'll wash up on the beach.
The best part was when it got to the fucking to the island, but even apart from those kind of aspects with Jaws, what made, like, Jaws the shark was terrible, the effects were terrible, so you don't necessarily need great effects to tell a good film. I think this is where people go wrong with it. They focus on the wrong fucking thing of it. What made Jaws great was like the storytelling, and the storytelling through visual things, like that fucking shot. I can remember, because you did film study, Laura used to be a camera person as well at one stage, and
not on Hollywood films, actually. Decent had more like local cable TV, but anyway.
but still you understand things. And there was that shot where it's like, oh my god, I can't think of fucking Rob Schneider's character, or Roy Schneider's character, but that bit on the beach where like Jaws starts attacking people, and it's that camera zooms in on him, and everything else around seems to nearly come forward.
It's that sort of it's the zoom and dolly in kind of a thing, you know.
And him just dropping, and that's like that fucking told a load of story, and that's like where I think they're losing it with certain things. Whereas like the Meg 2, visually great. Ben Wheatley did a great job with like the visuals on it, but it doesn't tell a story with it. Whereas like that scene in Jaws,
it doesn't give an atmosphere or a sense of tension or feeling. Like, I mean, that's that whole thing, you know, sort of the crash zoom. It's sort where it's the visual equivalent of somebody having all the blood running cold and like getting a head rush, going, oh my god. And it kind of tells the story that way, like, you know, everyone can relate to that feeling.
Or like what we're saying about, like, with fucking Quint walking in, and it's just the way he enters, and people go quiet, and there's just, you know, instantly with him. You don't have to have, this goes back to that guy that was at the start of the film that we saw 10 minutes about him kind of fighting this shark in 1955, and you know, you don't need all that stuff. You're just
superfluous.
You're just filling things, and you're treating people like fucking idiots with it. But like Jaws had a lot of those moments, and I think Spielberg was great at it. That's why Spielberg's movies in the 80s.
That's why he is Spielberg.
And Sam Raimi as well, like The Evil Dead. It's just so exciting. Not because of what's fucking happening, although what's happening is great. But like, if it was just a still shot of Ash being held up by fucking your woman from the cellar, I go, swallow your soul for 5 minutes, you kind of go, fucking whatever, like. But there's just so many different shots, so many different angles, zooming in, it creates so much tension and so much, it's just fucking exciting. Whereas that's I think one of the greatest sins with these films and a lot of modern movies, they're boring. They should be, because you read them,
and thrilling and all the rest,
and it's like, it's a fucking prehistoric shark.
You're essentially telling a fairy tale, like fucking tell the tale properly, I suppose, you know, and bring it to life. Yeah,
it's like he gets killed by a fucking 3 of them get killed in about the space of 5 minutes. It's like, what threat do they? And like, I mean, you just kind of, alright, it's dead. Like, you know, there's no kind of thing. You're not at any point going, oh my god, Jason Statham might even lose a finger. But like, you know, so that's, I do think that
there's no sense of danger or no sense of like excitement and like, oh my god, panic, will he, won't he, kind of thing. It's just like, I'll just wait for him to throw a lob an old explosive at him.
But I don't think it's the franchise that we deserve, and I think as well by people's lack of appetite for superhero movies, Marvel movies at the moment shows as well that, look, audiences don't want this fucking, or if they do want, so like Superman did very well. I haven't seen Superman yet, and although Fantastic Four didn't do, it's just, I think people are like, I'm sick of being spoon-fed stuff. I want decent fucking proper action movies again that are for adults and not like following that Marvel fucking thing. And I think even the Meg kind of follows that, where it's like, it has that, hey, make a quip, kind of like have a nice kind of family moment, then a little bit of danger that no one's really in danger. It's like, when we're, because even like in Arnie's movies in the 80s action films, like there's still a sense of threat. You know what, he's going to kill everyone, but there's still a bit of like, like
he could get captured and be tortured
because he's like,
that was a very good imitation.
But you know, he is kind of worried. But like in this, it's Jason Statham just going, you know, he's just like not even breaking a sweat.
Yeah, he's like, I'm an hard man, I'm grand.
But even the first time when they see the fucking Meg, they're like,
look, it's big.
There's
no sense of
it. Like, that's the thing. And Roy Schneider, when he just sees a fin coming out of the water, it's that fucking
But I mean, you can do it so, like, I mean, fucking Titanic even, like, you know, they had that whole scene at the start where it was like the biggest ship ever built and all the rest, and just the shot of like pulling away and the music kind of swelling, like the, oh my god, look, it's so big, when Kate Winslet turns the corner and sees it for
like
the
I
first
said,
time.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, but it's basically, you know, she just turns a corner and sees it and it's like, oh my god. But it's the camera pulls back to reveal the full size of it, and the music kind of swells a bit. Could have done that with the fucking Meg as well, like pull back and have it like even at the start of Star Wars, where like, you know, the ship comes across the screen and fucking keeps coming and keeps coming, kind of a thing.
Even the first reveal of the Meg in the first film is when the kid is playing and you get to see it. Or no, it snaps at a few things, but you don't get to see it in full. And then you get to see it looking in.
Yeah.
And you're just like, it's all grey and shade, but it's not even like in the shadows.
Yeah, it doesn't
where
look
it's
sinister. And that's the thing, I know sharks don't generally, they are very expressionless anyway, but this one actually looks dopey.
Yeah.
He looks like, huh?
Yeah, and they seem to, in the second one, they seem to make a big thing about its eyes rolling back, like to protect it from water. And it's like, why are you doing this?
Yeah, or
Why are you fucking wasting the money on that bit of animation on it?
It's the shark is being controlled by something else, and it's like being switched into like fucking killer mode, and then I don't know what it was.
It's just like, I mean, not that it has to make sense. Like, Jesus Christ, we look at fucking a lot of like
bizarre shit.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to make sense, but it just has to
hang together,
be entertaining.
Yeah, hang it together, and that's all you need.
And that's the thing where, like I was saying, I don't think it's like what we deserve. I think a modern audiences deserve a bit better. It's like, well, fucking 120 years of cinema now.
Yeah.
And
but that's it. There was even more tension in like the first, like, you know, the baby rolling down the steps in the pram. That was like more terrifying and more tension inducing than that in the Meg, like.
Oh, and the Untouchables.
What?
In the Untouchables?
No, not in the Untouchables. One of the very first films. I can't remember the name of it. It was like, you know, fucking black and white. One of the very, very first ones.
Is that what the Untouchables is referencing there?
Yeah.
Oh, totally, right, I did not know that.
Yeah, there you go now. You learn a little something every day.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway, sorry.
I'm not going to put that in YouTube. Like baby falling downstairs.
I'm sure there's probably loads of YouTube videos like that as well.
Yeah, original video of baby falling.
Suddenly the FBI show up at your door. Yeah, exactly. But like, I like it a lot because it is Jason Statham, and I like it a lot because I like films that are set in the sea and the ocean.
Christ,
but it was, apart from that, if those two things
Jason
weren't
Statham wasn't in either one of these
watch
films, no, not in a million years. It would be.
It's his personality does carry it.
Yeah, it would be fucking dog. It would be like one of those sci-fi shark movies. What was that fucking? We saw like sharks on the moon. Remember, it was like
Sharknado.
No, we saw that. So remember, there was a thing where it was like sharks that were like on the moon, the dark side of the moon, that they were after getting trapped there. They evolved, and there was like evil sharks and good sharks, and there were these people trying to get home.
I don't remember this at all, but that's not.
It was one of those fucking sci-fi films, but it was. I always thought that those would be so bad that it'd be good, and it was like
so bad.
It was fucking like the longest hour and 20 minutes ever. It was just fucking. That's why I refuse to do any of those things again or even to look at, because it's just like they're not good. There's no charm or anything or substance to them, like, you know. But I suppose we're after winding down.
I think so. Yeah. After saying all I want to say about the Meg, anyway.
Yeah, but so look, thanks for listening as usual. The film next week is, because I think we're going to start the spooky season, as people say, early. So it's going to be the follow-up to Demon Night, but not really the sequel to Demon Night, Bordello of Blood, the Tales from the Crypt one. So I think we're going to do that, and we'll do horror movies for the next
month or two.
Yeah, constantly.
Spectacular.
We'll try and pick ones that might be too well known, but people are probably after, because it's like fucking how far into the internet now.
I know.
That everything's been covered probably.
Of course it has.
So we're not going to
we're not breaking any new ground anyway, no matter what.
But we'll try and pick things
just
that
something
might
a little bit off the beaten path, I suppose.
So don't know whether it'll be good or bad.
Let's see. You'll have to tune in to find out.
Hopefully. Well, yeah, but yeah, there's one or two films that we're after picking that I think might be very little known.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, look, thanks for listening. So until next week, watch out for sharks.